What up, gang? It's Mr. 4-5 Peanut and E-Rock the mic.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Today is just us two, but today we're going to have another lit video on the 4-5 podcast show. I guess today we're going to talk about what was the lady's name that got shot or whatever her name was?
Yeah, Sonya Massey.
Sonya Massey.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Sonya Massey. She was dealing with mental health, and we all know we all rampant about mental health right now. It is known to people, a lot of people, like maybe 60, maybe 40. I don't know how the percentage, but I
It's
know a lot
starting
of
to get a
people
lot.
do.
It's starting to do a
Yeah,
lot more.
trauma is due to mental health. Sometimes when the child is in the womb, I believe there is trauma from
Yeah, from
from
the
the mother.
womb.
Yeah, the
Yeah, for
mother going
whatever the
through
mother's
trauma,
going
whether
through.
it's drugs or her husband kicked her in the stomach. I mean, I'm just being real. I've heard stories. So those things make mental illness. Those things also make mental retardation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other things like
Lasting
that.
effects.
So it's not funny. But at
So,
the same time, the cop could be dealing with mental illness, but that's not gonna get him out of the jail because he's a police officer. He shouldn't be a police officer if he's mentally ill or if he's been to Iraq and he's got issues and stuff like that. He needs the
he
proper
was in the
counseling.
military?
Yeah, he was in the military.
I didn't even hear about
Most
it in the
most of the
military.
guys like that, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Most of those guys are.
Shell shocked.
Yeah, well, it's a whole energy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they call it in the
Depending on how they were
military.
raised
Whenever
too.
you go into like a combat field or combat situation, you come back out, you get classified as shell shock.
So I'm a kind of forensic crime scientist in my I think in my brain when I'm watching a video. Sometimes I'm gonna rewind it, look back at it, and a lot of bloggers and things they point out stuff. But I found some stuff when I first seen it that was weird. The girl didn't have the pot in her hand. She had put the pot down, and then the fact that I thought that she did the Jack in the Box type effect when she popped up, maybe he thought she was gonna pop up with a gun or something like that.
She
I
didn't get a
mean, you
chance
can
to
give
pop
him the
up, I don't
benefit of the
think.
doubt all day long, but as tall as this man was, and as little as her apartment and her counter was, he could see over the counter. He actually walked up to the counter right before he shot her. If anybody didn't have an indication, was the
The
other
second
officer.
officer, yeah. But
He
the
actually
second
he
officer
was
was
there to
one
film it.
that,
God blessed her with him being
yeah.
there to film it because he probably thought he didn't have this thing on. These guys are kind of like on the beat. I doubt that they
Yeah.
get the big. He's been demoted. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's in jail now.
Well, I mean, beforehand, he
Oh.
has had a history of.
Yeah, he's been to like a couple
Yeah,
other police departments.
the one thing that I thought was interesting, they said one of the things besides the DUIs that he got, I used to get pulled over by drunk cops, man. But anyway, one of them was that he failed to stop a high speed chase, and that's one of my pet peeves because I see someone die from and another person get injured because the police decided to have a high speed chase down a real busy street in Oklahoma City by the name of Western, and it was right there. And we know everybody that's from Oklahoma City know how busy Western is. So anyway, the things like that, you just a renegade. You trying to be a badass. We ain't got time for that shit. We need you to protect. You're not protecting.
So now that elections is coming up and everything like that, you already know that gun warfare, anything. I feel like anything with guns is gonna be like a hot topic, especially since Trump got, what I'm saying, nicked in the ear. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a hot topic. And then with Camilla Harris, they said that it's like a neck and neck type thing with her and Trump trying to run, but I don't know.
I mean, to me, the trauma from that, yeah, I can understand the old man like that getting shot at probably Trump time, but he's tough, whatever. But don't feel like you're the top hero. My little brother, he served his country, and he did 2 tours in Iraq and things like that, and he fought for this country. You know what I'm saying? For you to be making a mockery and making a joke about every damn thing is sick to me. My brother has a scar on his ear for me, and that's a little inside thing about me and him, but that's just a testament of how hard he went after he was growing up and he went the right path, and then he decided to fight for your country, for our country. You know what I'm saying? In that aspect and being successful, knowing things of that nature, money and learning how to invest and stuff like that. I'm proud of him, but we got black men out here that's trying to do right,
Right.
and black women that are trying to do right, raise their children, whether they're single or they're in a relationship with 3 baby daddies, it doesn't matter. If you're a law-abiding citizen, you're not breaking the law. You're mentally ill. You're still trying to work, put food on the table. You got welfare. You got food stamps. You're trying to make it, and you're trying to get Social Security. You're trying to get disability. There's people out here struggling. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's struggling
So
now.
I mean, I was going a little rant, but yeah, I feel like there are people that are out here really trying.
There ain't even jobs out here like they say there is anymore.
Yeah.
All that stuff is drying up, and it always does it right before election. So then the next person can implement whatever policies and.
I want to take this. I want to take this time real quick. I don't know if this is how you do. I ain't monetizing nothing, but my favorite rapper is E40. You know, when you say you have a favorite something, you're gonna have more than one. But this week I've been hyping myself up, man. I met E40 for the first time, one of my heroes.
Oh, where'd you meet him at?
I met him at Byron's Liquor Store right here on the east side.
He's right here on the east side.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Promo?
Cool, yeah, he's promoting this concert. He's promoting his liquor. So E40 has a line of liquor. I'm not gonna go all into it, but it's a lot of different flavors of champagne and wine.
Slurricane, Hurricane.
Yeah. Then he has a Slurricane, which I'm drinking right now, but he has that. And then also the tequila and the gin and the bourbon. It goes up and up. And it's
he's another.
Yeah,
everybody want to get into the Diddy business.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what I'm gonna say about
you
that?
Got entrepreneurs though.
No more Diddy. Say it with no more Diddy. No, but yeah, it was cool. I love when it comes to rap music. There's so many different styles of rap. If you're thinking about hip hop, you're thinking about the songs that everyone likes to listen to. That's one thing. But the art is sometimes people like the art. I'm a fan of the art. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of the way people put their words together, the rhyme schemes, the patterns. I'm a fan of all that. So he's one of the people that
you looked up to. He's the only one with a urban dictionary.
Yeah, he has his own urban dictionary. Let me see that. There he is right there.
He gave y'all a exclusive.
I told him that I was a local comedian. I tried to get it in there real quick before the security kicked me out. You know, come on, hurry up. Have your camera ready.
2 minutes.
Have your camera ready. Come on, hurry up. And so I had my camera ready. And I was like, I do a personation. And he was like, oh yeah. I was like, even though my wisdom too pulled out, I still got my wisdom. He started laughing. He was like, laughing. I said, I still can't say yeah. I can't do that. I can't say the BIA.
Was he on like a tour thing, or just
most likely he had Bone Thugs and Ice Cube and E40. Yeah, they all had a show at the Zoo Amphitheater last night. It was lit last night. Everybody was in the city, and that's just another notch in the belt for the East Side. Yeah, they was medium.
Like
$65.
I ain't never been to a concert, so I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna for that note, I'm gonna take a list out of there real quick.
You're gonna hear this little slur.
I gotta show y'all real quick. I don't know if I can monetize it. It's on backwards. So old school that was in front of me, there was a long line of people, and there was some older gentlemen there, and he was like, "Man, he signed my bottle. Man, he must be getting old. Yeah, I thought his name was E40. He signed E70. I said, this is 4, man. His 4 is like, it looked like
a little off.
7. Yeah, I try to say he's old already, man, but that's OG. Shout out to OG. Let me pour this up so we can continue on.
You got to represent the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the realest from back in the 90s, probably 80s.
And it's so crazy because
I didn't know he was here.
If you know the history of rap, that is just the reason why I think the West Coast became what they became. Because remember, East Coast only won it first. They were like the Christopher Columbus of rap.
But they was on breakdancing and all that
but
stuff.
When the West Coast started grabbing it, they had this gab, they had this talk, they had this slang, they had the.
It was more like hood.
Yeah, more hood.
It was more hood then because that's when you had Tupac. But before that, it's even Too Short.
But that's when you had that was the whole pimp era. In the 60s and 70s, pimps was rampant in Oakland.
So basically, they were just talking about the era.
The game. A lot of it spitting game. Like if you listen to Sugar Free, it's a corny example, But if you listen to Sugar Free, how he spits game in his songs and his rhymes, that's what some of that is. California is known for that.
That's kind of like Common. You know Common on East Coast.
You mean from Chicago? Yeah.
No, is he from Chicago?
Yeah,
I thought it was from New York. It's kind of like him, where he puts more logic into his raps.
Yeah, and it's just like if you want to cuss, cuss words are just you just use cuss and slang words to replace the dictionary. The dictionary has abundance amount of words that you can use to explain. Go get you a synonym. Go get you Lord Jesus.
He said synonym.
Go get you a thesaurus, and you know what I'm saying. You can learn some of these things, and like if you rapping, you know what I'm saying. I'm a 2-syllable guy, 3-syllable guy. You know, when I'm rapping, maybe it's really simple. You repeat the words and stuff.
You heard of the AI? They got AI
look,
that fixes up your
raps. Auto tune
and
wasn't enough, so now we got AI. So
AI
I can run out there and sound like Tupac. The worst thing that I can say about that whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, the corniest shit ever. It wasn't that he used Tupac's voice. It was that the bars was whack. He didn't even try. He tried to rap like himself, but he did. He did the "I don't care" Drake. I'm probably gonna sit and write this text, and then she texts me
but
back.
he got
But I don't know why she texted me. So I said I'm gonna just talk to them real quick, and I'll call her over. And I held her until I cried. But when he just be talking, that's what he did with Pop. So not only did you disrespect Pop, you disrespect him with that black ass Drake flow.
I think honestly, he didn't know how to come. He didn't know how to take Kendrick Lamar. He didn't know how to take him. Cause when he had the first diss right with Meek Mills, that was more of a personal one because Nicki Minaj was involved in that one.
Right, he got to take his girl.
Yeah. So there was something at stake there. So this one, there wasn't really nothing at stake. You know what I'm saying? It was just like he was jabbing the bear, trying to, come on, let's fight. Come on, let's do something.
Another thing that's interesting when you're talking about, what if J. Cole didn't back down? What if he said, no, Ken, because J. Cole does struggle with I think is, if you look at the Billboard, I think the way it works, like he might be very popular and very, iconic, but there might be a certain box that he couldn't fit in that Kendrick can fit in.
Him and Drake.
Kendrick has that weapon where he can go against Drake because he has swimming pools. He does have hits and stuff like that. But J. Cole has more of an eclectic whatever he does.
Because it's more like.
So I don't think he would have maybe lasted.
Kendrick, he's representing the culture, the culture.
Right. That's
right. J. Cole, he's representing a whole nother culture. He's representing the bicycle culture. Right. You know what I'm saying? The go green and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's on a totally different wave. I mean, his audience is in a totally different wave. He's on some light skin shit. Yeah. I mean, Drake was too, you know what I'm saying? But it's two different light skin shit. Yeah. Two different light skin shit. Because one light skin is trying to fuck your girl, you know what I'm saying? The other light skin is just trying to get along with everybody. He wants to just live in peace.
But when you battling, the battle sometimes is the aggressiveness. If you ever noticed that when people battle, the more aggressive dude, I'm gonna pick up pieces, then I call your mama, and then I call your nieces. They do they try to do.
But they trying to bring that back out now.
Yeah, they're trying to bring that back out. But it's so funny how the more aggressive you look and the more DMX you are, and the more complexity, the more Tupac you are, the more Ja Rule or whatever. It's something about that bad boy roughness that makes you feel like you're more hungrier for the bars. Like you're more, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody that's kind of like
when you rapping about how you ain't ate in 3 weeks and you on the block
because they used to get on to LL Cool J. I watched LL Cool J on Shay Shay. Y'all should go and watch that. Shout out to Shay Shay.
Is he still going? I thought they canceled him.
No, he was on there. I watched the whole episode. Okay. He actually they was getting on to him, and back in the day, whenever he wanted to switch his style, because remember he was a hardcore rapper. He was one of the more grimier, more spit the bars, yell at you type guy.
Mama said knock you out.
But yeah, he did that too. But when he went to I Need Love, he had him on such a wave where they were like, wait a minute, why are you singing? You think you Bobby Brown? So it was like people didn't know how to change it up, and that's where you got your Drake. You fast forward 30 years, you got 40 years, you got Drake. So
I mean, but the music's changed a lot since then.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and he's
There
kind of
was
set the
more of
standard.
love, but
You know?
now who you really got
You
thinking
can't.
about
My
love
point
now?
is you can't stay in the box.
Rod Wave.
You can't stay in a box. If you're a real artist, you can't stay in one box.
But you're gonna be in one box.
I mean,
it's kind of like
it might work for you.
I mean, there's no way that you can't, because whatever genre you come in drill rap, right? You're a drill rapper.
But if you have a personality, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm trying to name a newer artist.
Because it's the era. You know what I'm saying? It's the era. So
Yeah.
the era is all about being real now.
Like Lil Yachty. I don't know if this is. I'm just trying to figure out.
I think he's above
if
the
you
era.
if you have a person, I can't think of someone that has a big personality. Okay, Snoop Dogg.
Because you can't even use Yachty, because Yachty's music is totally different than the whole everybody that's coming out of his era.
But my point is that shout out to Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg is the one that set that standard. You could be a personality. Not saying he fake, but that's just people like who he is.
Yeah, but he came out on gangster rap though.
Right. But my point is, you right. But my point was he's never changed who he was.
No, he's always been gangster, but he brought his people in like Nate Dogg and all that stuff, the harmonizers. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he changed the game. Warren G and all that stuff. He brought the people in. He didn't necessarily change it up. He brought the people that were different.
Right.
But brought in a different flow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Some artists will change their whole identity. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you kind of like have to. I mean, because the Ja Rule came back out right now, right? He couldn't rap about the same things that Ja Rule was rapping back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Right.
It ain't gonna hit the same. You know what I'm saying? So he would have to come back on some love type stuff. Because the gangster stuff, I mean, even though he went to the feds, it's still not gonna tally up with 10 bodies. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta have at least 2 to even get in the game these days.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this and we'll get off of rap stuff. I always had this theory about how when we started out, the rappers started to tend to want to be, okay, how are we gonna get people to think that we glorify, think that we cool? All right, we'll start dressing like the drug dealers, right? So we start dressing like drug dealers, make it look like this, big gold ropes, and then you fast forward to that. So we'll just fast forward all the way up to now, where the robbers are robbing the drug dealers, then they're becoming rappers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
anything.
It's a cycle, man.
It's like anything to hurt the culture.
Yeah.
We promote it towards it being good.
It's an edge. It gives us black people, we have an edge. We spicy. We have an edge, and we can use it the right way, or we can use it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm saying is that there's things, gifts that we have that we should cherish and use. We shouldn't abuse our bodies. We shouldn't try to go hard all night long or whatever it is we're doing, and trying to overwork ourselves and not take care of our health. And think like, man, I'll just be going and going. I got this energy. I got this know-how.
60 years,
this athleticism.
You hit 60 years old, it's over.
Yeah, all that banging your body up, fighting,
it's over.
Slamming, doing all this, and it's like, I used to watch dudes dunk. I'd be like, man,
that used to be the thing.
5 through 4. I seen dudes up to 5'6". Well, I mean, personally in the gym, I see dudes like 5'6" to slam. I try to slam dunk my little weak ass. I hurt my hand. I'm like, man, how do y'all come in?
I get just enough to where it's like right
gift,
there.
Though, man. It's a gift of athleticism and the dancing, the singing, the rapping, the energy, the 400 songs, the up all night, we athletes, man. Like when it comes to certain stuff, we work harder than most people. If we don't like it, we might get lazy. You know what I'm saying? But all people can progress with that. You don't have to sit around. You can have energy to do stuff. If something that you like, that you feel like, that's what you like to do, you got to go all in. No matter what color you are.
Do your passion.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yeah, man, don't abuse your talent. But anyway, what else we talking about, man? I'm been running my mouth to death. E40 got me talking.
Then you got, let's see, what else we got? Oh, well, everybody been on the Julio Julio. That's probably why I ain't been on it, because of Julio.
See, I don't know much about.
He got
I know
killed on
some
his
about the.
birthday.
I know about the situation, but I don't know much about him as an artist.
I mean,
unfortunately,
it's just like anything. You get
I hate talking about it.
you get popular by the man votes. You know what I'm saying? Whoever gets killed first, that's the mortar, right? That's the one that everybody say.
What I think about this situation, real quick, is I do know what happened, and Pop Smoke is a similar thing, and PMB Rock is a similar thing. What it is that social media, you get on social media and you post things because they've taught us to use that as, you know, as a tool. That's the main tool. Tell people where you at. Tell people, show people what you're working with. Show people what you do every day. Post on Instagram. Blah, blah, blah. So when you're doing this, you're doing it minute by minute. You want people to follow you from one party to the next. When I do that, I'm only telling like 5, 6, 10 people, and then
Yeah, but
when you on a larger, when you're popular, when you're larger and popular, you can have a following. But if you in and out of your city and you're making big money, you can't move like that. You can't come back like that. So
everybody just say he was tired. That's what they all speculating. You know, I mean, you would think that, Jacksonville would have ended the war a long time ago with so many people that died. Let's see, Julio, he had like 15 to 20 people that died on his end, and Ace had 12 to 15. They had about the same amount of people die on each end as it is. And then the police just sitting there watching it all. And then they just let the RICO come and collect everybody.
Wait a minute. I got shot in the ear. It's a big thing. It became a big thing, and it's a small thing. It's okay. The American people will see what happens. When I get shot again, I'm gonna get. I don't know, man. I don't know why you couldn't cut that out.
See, now I can't cut it out. You said shot
I just
again.
blurted out stuff like that.
Now, if you get shot again, then you look like a psychic.
No, I ain't worried about that. I'm just joking.
But this is another episode, Mr. 405 Peanut, Rock the mic, and the podcast show. Always showing the guns. And we out, y'all.